Hey everybody, it's a beautiful evening in Miami, Florida. I want to welcome you. This is Suzette Speaks, here to chat business. Your business is stronger than you know is our topic for tonight. I'm grateful to have a wonderful community advocate and small business owner, as well as an executive coach and business mentor with me tonight. She's going to be dropping nuggets, y'all, so you want to be sure to stay tuned. Or if you are watching Team Replay, welcome to my channel, y'all. If you're watching on the LinkedIn side and the Facebook side, this is my YouTube channel. Welcome. I'm happy to see everybody. Welcome those who are watching LinkedIn. Hit the like button, please. Consider subscribing. My YouTube channel is really where it's at, but we do simulcast on Facebook and on LinkedIn. This is an 8 p.m. show. Yeah, she came from work and wanted to drop again by to the Suzette Speaks show to share her knowledge. And I'm really grateful that she's here. Y'all welcome for the first time ever on the Suzette Speaks show, none other than Miss Yvette Culver DuBose. How are you, Yvette?
Hi, good evening. Thank you so much for having me, and congratulations on a new season of the
Hey, I appreciate you. And shameless plug real quick. She is also a co-host at an almost sold out event. Really, I shouldn't really be announcing it anymore. But January 25th, we'll be in the city of Lauderdale, Florida, mingling, hanging out with folks like herself, business leaders, political leaders, rubbing elbows at an event we're calling Politic in the Networking Series. And if you don't catch that one, get ready for celebration of Men of the Movement, girl. We are ready February 27th. Yes. We got 10 men, happen to be men of color, that we're bringing together. They're going to also be sharing their knowledge, 3 separate panels. It's going to be a night to remember. So February 27th, Tuesday, February 27th, downtown Fort Lauderdale, y'all. Mark your calendars. But okay, shameless plug is gone. Yvette, how you doing tonight, girl? Good to see you.
I am good. I'm blessed. Can't complain. And I'm happy to share any nuggets that I can that I've gleaned over the years being a business owner. And sometimes it may look glamorous, but it is a lot of work.
Hey, I know it. And there are ups and downs. And we're going to talk about how businesses sometimes don't think about themselves as having some of the resources that they actually have when it comes to their network, when it comes to their actual capacities. How to scale is also something that she helps businesses with. So if you're in a growth phase and you don't know where to go, check out, first of all, her wonderful 20+ year old small business, DV LLC, Dubose Ventures. Tell us how you started that.
So we actually have an ambidextrous business structure. My husband and partner in life and business started in 2006. He left a big 5 insurance company and started his own thing. So his specialty, and he consults in risk management and insurance and all of that, what it entails, and took all his skills from the corporate world. And I brought what I had learned being a C-suite executive in the nonprofit world and in corporate America, with community development, with business development, with peak performance, and also human resources at all the things that entails with helping a business to be their best and scale. So we combined our experience that we got in the corporate world and started our own thing in 2006, and have been kicking ever since. And so grateful to be here.
Fantastic. So this is a husband and wife team. One half of the equation is here tonight. Make sure we give an honor where honor is due. Let's go. Yes. Shout out to both of you for creating this venture and for what you do in service through your company to small business owners, to executives, to government agencies, those who you help through all different aspects of consulting. So let's talk a little bit about what that looks like. So welcome. The chat is busy. If you see me looking out to the side, I'm watching the chat. Shout out to those watching live. Hi. And shout out to the replay. Hey, Great Pill. How you doing, Mandrill? Good to see you in the chat. So busy. Thomasina, nice to have you and welcome. Hey, whether you watch it on Facebook, I'll repost the link tomorrow so more people will be able to see. But welcome, everybody. Thank you. If you have any questions, you feel free to drop them in the chat. So talking about business tonight, we're talking about your business is stronger than you. Did I spell that wrong? Come on, Sue, do better. Than you know. And I'm human.
Hey, you caught it. That's awesome.
Yes, I was like, wait a minute. Here we go. Professionalism, right? So I wanted to kind of just pick your brain tonight. There are so many aspects of what you've been able to do and how you've been able to help small businesses reach their goals, that we could just start from, talk about your transition. So, okay, here's a big thing. People having their 9-to-5 still while trying to pull off, don't I know it, the side hustle, which they want to turn into the full-time hustle. But it's oftentimes like, should I be quitting my job? Is it either or? What say you? What was your journey like when it came to stepping out?
That was exactly my journey. I kept a full-time job for most of our 20 years. In the last few years, I've been fortunate enough to be completely full-time in entrepreneurship. And that is about scaling, actually. So, and I think entrepreneurs, sometimes we get discouraged, like, you have this dream, you have this vision, you've learned these skills, I want to go do this. You also have to be practical and say, do I have enough either saved up? Am I able to get investors or get an infusion of cash to help you scale your business? Or do I have to maintain my 9-to-5? And there's no shame in maintaining a 9-to-5, because you'll grow because you have to manage your energy. That's one of the things as a business owner, you have to be really strategic about managing your energy, where you put your energy, not necessarily your time, your energy. That's kind of where you'll see growth. And you have to figure out what type of business you are, right? You have to have the right business model. There's so many out there, but what is the business model you're trying to do? You also have to have the right business market. So many of us market to just our friends, right? Or our family. And you have to learn to scale and network out and network up. So you don't want to be the smartest person in the room. You want to make sure that you're attending and abreast of things like your show, that you're going to networking events, you're going to the Chamber of Commerce, the Black Chamber has an awesome group as well. You want to make sure that you're out there. And then your message, does your message prove to match up to whatever product or service you're saying? So a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to do this and that. And then the message doesn't quite match up. And then you might lose some faith in the business community or potential clients. Because
you preaching, hold up, sis, hold up. There's so much you just shared. I want to pause just a moment. Hey, Pascal is in the building, says 9-to-5 while pursuing your side hustle. Amen. Give me strength and faith to step out fully on the side hustle. Listen, it's a process. Do not be afraid to hold on as long as you have to, because the bills still be coming now. I tell people that all the time. You think oh, she got it good, they got it good. No. Just every month when you feel like you made some progress,
right?
Here they go, just slap you in the face again. So you have to make a real assessment as to when you are ready, right? It's no shame, as she said, to hold on to your full-time job while you are also building your empire. And I know people that purposely do it, don't have any intent to fully leave a job because they need the insurance or for whatever reason they choose to stay there. And I love what you said. You just gave us some great nuggets about networking. And I love the way you said it, networking out and up. Okay. Can you break that down for us, please? And welcome. I see you guys in the chat.
Hey, so I think it's important when I say network out, you want to make sure, like I said, you're not the smartest person in the room. So when you network out, if you use LinkedIn as your business community, if you attend chamber events as your business community, if you go to meet and greets or lunch and learn, you're networking out. Don't just lean on your family and friends to be your clients. And when you network up, that's a reach. Right. And that's someone you may not normally have come into contact with, but you have faith, you're ambitious, you're confident, and it's a cold call, or you're asking for an introduction, someone that knows someone that knows someone. So you want to network up and out, because really business and entrepreneurship is about relationships, and you can't build if you're afraid to ask. You can't build if you're not willing to go out there and invest in these premium relationships so people can invest in your premium business. So
I love that.
you don't necessarily want to be the cheapest game in town, because that's not what we're trying to do as entrepreneurs, but you want to make sure your clients or customers know that you're bringing value. So the price is the price. And I know that's a hard thing sometimes for entrepreneurs. Don't undersell yourself. Don't undercut yourself. However, we go back to what we said at the beginning, have a business model, and then also make sure your message is matching what your business model says, and you are marketing to the right business.
Let's pause again. This is great, and I'm already enjoying it. I'm thinking about myself, y'all. She's calling out a lot of stuff, not you guys personally, but if you are in business, what she's saying makes total sense, and I agree. Sometimes, and I think I've heard Issa Rae, the great Issa Rae, talk about, you don't necessarily like to network laterally, because people on your same level, sometimes people get kind of jealous or just feel like there's no benefit to it. But you got to network laterally as well as networking up beyond your circle. And even sometimes what you're describing is like what you may feel is beyond your reach. Like, who am I to be reaching out to this person? Speaking of, look who's in the chat. Oh my goodness. My brothers are here. First of all, off script. This is a network up. Let me tell you, his YouTube channel, fire. Let's go. So happy to see you. If you like wonderfully entertaining sports commentary, you got to check him out. I see you, brother. Thank you for stopping by. Also, DLC, my brother from another mother, he is also another fantastic YouTuber, very thoughtful, into politics like myself, and many others wonderful topics. But if you like good conversation, check out both of these brothers. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Lil Ernest, okay, we want to be busy like that. Should we do 8 o'clock every night then? Is this what are people at? I feel you. The chat is busy. Welcome. Thank you for being here. On the YouTube side is where you can join me and comment in the chat. Styling Grace says, Yvette is the real deal. Okay, let me see. I brought her on board to provide some training. Wonderful at my job. Outstanding sessions. Look at this. Okay, cosign. My whole team loved it. Candace. All right, Candace. So do you know who this person is?
I do. Thank you,
shout
Candace.
out to Candace.
Thank you. She works for an awesome nonprofit and was hired based on my brand. One of the things I do is provide professional services, and my heart is always going to be with young people. And so I was happy to teach some life skills to them. So in addition to community development, helping with grants in our community, in our blighted areas, also provide professional services for businesses and organizations. So happy to
you guys need it. Do you do virtually as well, or just Florida?
I do. I do virtually.
So she is global, y'all. So if your business is looking for that type of, I know you do HR training, all kinds of support, marketing, again, scaling. She has a wonderful portfolio. Check out her website. It's in the description of the video, so you can learn more about DV LLC and what she offers to the community. So I see you guys. Thank you so much. Hey, Lil Ernest in the building says, hey, Suzette, checking in from ATL, all the way from ATL. We appreciate the support. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, please. We appreciate you guys being here, speaking with a wonderful executive coach and consultant, Yvette Culver DuBose. She's talking about her journey personally when it comes to how she has found success in business. But of course, what she and her husband do is help others to also grow and scale and make the leaps that oftentimes we get discouraged into, not making. And I love what you're saying. And I wanted to go back to a point that you were just making when it comes to the brand matching the image. Because I have seen, I'm not calling anybody out.
Don't call out any names.
However, help me, God, right? So people will ask me, I'm like, what do people would think when my cousin called me out? Listen, my cousin was like, I see you down at Art Basel shaking it up. I didn't know that was a part of the brand. I was like, cuz, you gonna let me live though, right? You gonna let me live?
We're multifaceted.
Yes,
we're multifaceted.
I'm a human being. I'm a total person, a total woman. So I'm not going to in any way pretend as if, like, if you don't see me at the reggae party, it's not me. It might be me, guys. It might be me. And I'm singing along and I'm enjoying my life. But of course, we all have our professional sides and our more serious and entrepreneurial sides. So we don't want to throw people off. And I get your point when it comes to what we're presenting as our brand. And I'll give you, no, I won't say a specific example. Let's make up an example. So I have seen where it's incongruent and a person is telling me, brand A is what they're shooting for. But when I look at their social media, their LinkedIn, I can't even really call it brand B. It's all over the place. And it's not probably what you would call adding credibility to what they say they're offering. Like these brothers who are in the chat, when I think of them, when I think of off script, I know what I'm getting. I'm getting in your face, no holds barred, very exciting brand of sports news. Sure. And from a Black perspective, right? Paying a lot of attention to HBCU stuff. And I know what I'm getting when I watch him. But there are sometimes a what can I call it? A non-awareness or lack of self-awareness. Here we go. Where people don't necessarily understand what they're projecting in business. Can you talk a little bit more about this, my love, before I get in trouble?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head when we talk about self-awareness. You are your brand, right? What you bring to the table. I think also people appreciate you being your authentic self because, I like to dance just like everybody else. I will not be putting on my Instagram.
That's the stories. Maybe the stories. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. Story goes away in 24 hours. So, but I think if it's your personal page, maybe you want to make it private. If you still want to live your life, maybe so everyone doesn't see your personal journey. I know a lot of brands that have faceless social media. They just push their product and their service. They don't necessarily show their face. And they've actually seen exponential growth that way. If you still choose to share your personal life through photos and caption and stories, I think people also feel like they can get to know you. They've watched your journey and watch you flourish. And I think that's also a plus. So it's not necessarily a negative thing. However, we're talking about scaling as you grow, right? You can't look forward while also looking back.
Ooh,
so when you know better, you do better, said the late Dr. Maya Angelou. And so I know there are certain things that I can and cannot do with the expectation I'm going to be over there very, very soon. So I can't do what I used to do. And if I do it, just be discreet. Just be discreet.
Okay. So open up the second page. I might have to do that. Praise God. Okay. I might have to do the second page. I'm hearing my toes being crunched underneath.
Well, you know what? I feel like you are for the culture. I feel like you are a woman about town. And I think that is part of what makes you so authentic and likable and lovable. People love that, seeing that authentic self. So when I know I see you at Art Basel, if I see you at,
whichever social,
whatever it is, I'm going to say what's up. And I'm not putting you in my story. I want you to live your life and have a good time. And I'm gonna keep it moving. So it's a respect that kind of goes there with it. And listen, if you do your business, you don't have to tell everybody what you're doing.
Hello, somebody. I think, and again, to your point, and here go the Great Pill Podcast thing. He's like, correct. Okay. So points are very, very valid that Yvette is making when it comes to you personally. People sometimes need to be aware that they have to separate you, the individual. Sometimes you are the brand, right? Mm-hmm. But especially when you are not necessarily the face of the brand. I just dealt with someone who is going to do an interview with me in a couple weeks. And I'm going to have a lot of brothers in the next few weeks, by the way. Those who will be participating on the in the event on February 27th will also be coming through. But point being, she was scared to do the interview. And I'm like, but you're a personal empowerment brand. It's early on. You have a small amount of followers. This might actually help you grow in terms of your reach. And then, sometimes people never come back and show their face, and that's okay. It won't be all over her platform. But it is a decisions you really should not take lightly, and you should be thoughtful about, because I have questioned, and I'm not even better than, nobody out here, but I have questioned a couple people where they're coming to me in one vein and the brand is saying something else. Right. And it's not a lack of love. It's not a lack of respect. But if I'm going to put you on and you're telling me A, I need to see A. And if I'm only seeing, X, Y, and Z, it's not going to work. So we all have our brands to protect. So we got to make sure we're what we're showing the world is what we want them to see. And again, it sounds like we're being very curated, but it has a reasoning behind it.
So I think it's also important to remember that social media has been a great platform for socialization, also for e-commerce, and to gain more followers and friends and hopefully clients, and convert them into paying customers. But also remember to highlight real, right? We want to put our best stuff forward, right? And so if we're being consistent and we're trying to build upon the brand, if you're launching, if you've already launched but you haven't gotten to where you think, it's New Year, it's January, and so where do you see your 2024? And you're stronger than you know. Once you put your vision on paper, right? You get a business mentor. Great book by Dr. Oh my word, Dr. Golden, called Boss Moves. I was reading it, actually. My teenager told me about it, and it has been a great read, really, really short read, but gives you nuggets on this is how you want to position yourself. This is how you want to position your potential clients. And so if we're building, we're scaling, and this is a scaffolding stage, right? This is the edifice, we're the building, and we want to scaffold and build and build and build up. But if you're staying at the ground floor, you're giving us basic, right? We want to go up to the penthouse. Yes. And so I want to portray that to my potential clients if that's what I'm trying to do, right? When you know your business model, you know your market, and you know your message, then you're able to decide, am I selling B2B, business to business? Am I selling directly to the consumer? Is it referrals only? You know, you have to kind of figure out what business model you have. And once you know your plan, be consistent, manage your energy, and start to scale. And if you still want to shake it, get a business page and make your page private, because you're grown and that's your business, right? And there's no judgment here, but you just have to be careful about how you portray yourself. If that's a potential client, they may look side-eye. I don't know if I want to do business with that person.
100%. And make the page private, y'all. There's a lot to this, and I guess we're gonna pivot forward. But I hear you loud and clear, and I hope you guys watching hear her. There are some folks that want to reach you. Again, the messaging has to be consistent, as she said. It has to, actually be inspirational or aspirational, I think is what you're saying, where you're going. Oftentimes, we are stuck on the ground floor, and it takes a professional like Yvette to show you kind of like what the future might hold for you. I think with the internet, e-commerce, we got to think globally. Hit the like button, guys. I hope this is helping you. And sometimes we just need a little help. So if you need maybe an mentor or someone to take a look at what you're doing, she's the right person, and she has the expertise, more than 20 years. She and her husband, let me add that, have the expertise to kind of, see where you are and hopefully help you develop a plan for where you want to go. When we think about, what else did you just say that trigger something? Okay, it'll come to me. But when we think about success stories and helping people scale, and I was reading your website, and people are like, oh, she helped my growth exponentially. Girl, it's too late at night. I'm here.
You needed some tea.
There's a late night Suzette Speaks after dark. So it's 8 p.m. in the East Coast. If you're watching TV replay, hit the like button. Just having a little fun, guys, please. Enjoying the wonderful conversation here with Yvette Culver DuBose. I wanted to talk about her success in what she's doing, because again, we've seen just right now in the chat, people like, wait a minute, I know her in real life, and she's really about that life. And good evening. I see you. Nice to have you here, Chris Smoky Hat. Good evening. Happy to be here. Glad you are here. Hope you guys are getting some good info and just thinking about business a little differently. You're stronger than you know. And we're asking our expert tonight to just kind of expound upon some of the areas in which, sometimes businesses and individuals, people have more kind of in their arsenal than they're really aware of, whether that's the network, like you talked about, who you know, whether that's the ability to kind of get in certain rooms, right, in order to make the proposals, or, ways in which sometimes we discount ourselves or underestimate ourselves. I know there are plenty of you watching that are like, cruising in your entrepreneurship journey. Others who are watching that might be on the struggling, rough side of the mountain and kind of feel discouraged. So I just wanted to maybe explore a few ways that you've seen as you've worked with clients over these 2 decades, people underestimating what they actually have already at their disposal.
I think a lot of times you don't know because you don't ask. We don't survey our team. Don't really like to say employees, but these are our team members because it takes all of us to kind of make it happen. I want to go back before we go forward with a success story. I think it's also important. When after college, my first real job, I was blessed with a mentor. And she told me, dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have, right? And from that day on, it was heels, it was pantsuit, it was because I wanted to be serious. And fast forward maybe 15 years, I became at a nonprofit that I was working with, the youngest CEO ever in their history. And so you want to project a serious image, your brand, you want to be consistent, not just the paper or the letters behind your name. You want to be consistent in how you present yourself to the world. And when you walk into the room, ever confident, right? And also, I think we discount sometimes our lived experience. And some people who say, well, I don't have all that, or I didn't go to that school. You have lived experience that people would pay you for, but you just don't know it. So your lived experience, let's say you want to start your baking company. No, you didn't go to culinary school or pastry, or you're not a pastry chef, but you have grandma's pound cake recipe that people will pay 25, 40, 50, whatever the market price, commodity price is.
Yes.
That's lived experience. You can't bottle that up, and you can't discount that. So whatever your lived experience is, maybe you're not a licensed daycare owner, but you babysat growing up and you think that's something you want to do. Do you know the rules? You have to have less than 10 kids if it's just you and the operator. Like if you have a vision and a dream and you have a skill set, it just needs to be matched with a business model, and you can finesse that into either side money or finesse that into a full-time entrepreneurship. But don't discount your lived experience, because that too is part of who you are, that makes you the beautiful, complex, multifaceted person that you are. So yeah, maybe you went to school for this, but you really want to do this because you've always enjoyed it, gardening, whatever it is, don't discount it. And I think sometimes we fail to kind of harness that, and we allow looking at someone else dims our light. There's enough for everybody to shine.
Everybody. The doors of the church are open. Okay, open. I love it.
Yes. And so we're all stars, and we're all rock stars in our own right. And I think you don't have to dim someone else's light for fear that they're competing with you. Learn from them. They're doing better than you. Learn from them. How much did you make last year? Did you clear 6 figures? Are you working from your home office? Do you have freestanding space? What's your website? Learn from them.
Yes.
Get a business mentor. Like my mine told me years ago, dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have. And people tell me all the time, girl, you overdress. It's on purpose. It's intentional.
By design. Thank you. Listen, they're loving you in the chat. Sharon, welcome. Says, great. I hear you. Be your authentic self. Hey, Lakeisha Lee in the building saying great advice. Okay. And Thomasina, yes, concurs. Great advice, Yvette. Yeah, there's so much in what you just shared that people get lost in. And again, with social media, the highlight reel of everyone's business and life makes you think they have it going on. And I would add to what you just said, you can have it too, but it's just in your timing. Their timing is not your timing, right? And maybe their target audience might be different from yours as well. We have to be very careful that little spirit of envy, okay, that spirit of jealous, that can take us over. We're but human. So we're like, why isn't it happening for me right now? And whatever, as she said, glean, learn, ask, and see what you can find out. I can't wait till I make my 6 figures on YouTube. Hello, somebody, content creators out there. But it's frustrating when you're like, okay, we just, plowing away, but it happens. When I was watching some commentary on Instagram with some of these ladies, and I'm like, gosh, if they are consistent over like 3 years and they're almost at, 500,000 subs and those kind of things, anything is possible with that clear direction and consistency that Yvette is talking about. I want to welcome you. Hey, Barbara, good to see you. Amen. Don't discount your passion. Very good advice. A lot of times, again, we think the book learning is the superior form of education. No, no, no. A lot of us have the life experience that has taught us. Again, I've never been to school for journalism. People always assume that I have.
I did.
Wow.
No. I know you're an attorney, but I also thought.
Yes. Finance undergrad. This is by love and passion, okay? And been on TV down here, been doing other stuff, and people would assume that I am. And I'm getting ready to, well, let me keep it in the bag, but
yes,
local television.
Don't announce too soon.
Don't be shamed. Don't be shamed. Did we say we were gonna allow you back on? Okay, no. So yeah, whatever your vision is, again, get the people around you. I'm also in the process of rebuilding my team or newer members of my team. People bringing fresh ideas, fresh blood, fresh encouragement, to point me in, new directions. Sometimes, again, you see like yourself in that box and you're not in a box. You're actually free. They've opened the lid, guys. Internet, thank you. But you kind of see yourself still as limited. And I suffer from that too. So it's good to get around people, as she's describing, that can recognize the power in you, the potential in you, and ways that you can apply your gift that you may not be able to identify so readily. Sometimes, again, we can't see ourselves, right? It's easy to look at others and identify their strengths and how they're great they are at this and that. And then you're looking at yourself like, but I can't do that. I don't have that. Thomasina adds, be intentional. Absolutely. From the networking, as she described, from how you're branding. And if you need help with branding, she's here. The marketing pieces, again, we assume everybody knows how to market. I realize, no. And the social media has its, what can I say, formula. So it's not like you have to reinvent the wheel. If you don't know, ask, get help, seek out mentorship, seek out coaching. I hear you, Thomasina. I hope you guys are enjoying. Your business is stronger than you know is our theme for tonight. Our show topic here with Miss Yvette Culver DuBose. I want her to talk more about successes she's had within her small business consultancy with her husband. They've worked alongside many different types of organizations, nonprofit, for profit, governmental, to help them reach their goals. Talk a little bit about the successes that you guys have been able to produce.
Sure. I won't name the client, but I will say a recent client in the last few years, I had the honor of working with. I actually helped them with the scaffolding stage of building an entire process. And I think, and this was a large organization. It wasn't a small. I work with individual entrepreneurs, large organizations, as well as government and NGOs. And I think sometimes it takes an outside party to kind of reassess and analyze what you have going on. You may not see, again, like we said earlier, what's right in front of you because you see it every day. You may take it for granted, or you may not see it as an asset. And I was able to, over months, help build and put in place systems and processes so that it's more equitable for their entire team, which was a couple of hundred employees. And so that process now is in perpetuity. So I was like, hey, I built that from scratch. And so I was happy to help them and kind of move on to the next thing. And I think sometimes for businesses, the success is, don't be afraid to invest in your business. That means investing in hiring a consultant, investing and hiring someone who has an expertise. Like I think you had Dadley on the other day. Him and his wife are amazing, and they do an amazing job with what they do. And people like that, don't be afraid in investing by hiring them, right? Or hiring me or another expert who you may gel with. But you don't know what you don't know. And so if you say, okay, I only have money for this, then you'll only have money for this. But if we get in the mindset, I have a premium business, I need to invest in premium products so I can scale up, because I don't want to do my 9 to 5. all the time. I want to grow. I want to be able to travel and have, passive income, my money working for me. And because it's really, really hard when you have to be making the widgets every day, the physical labor that you have to do. If you can still be making money and you're not sitting in front of the widget maker, you're growing, right? If you're creating something, if you're able to speak about your expertise, these are all different levels of business models that you want to aspire to. But if you're stuck at ground level and you have to punch in and punch out, it's not always going to be like that. And I'm a witness, right? And so sometimes you have to pay your dues, put your head down, build your relationship, and hone the skill, but don't sleep on yourself, because you have lived experience and you can harness that. All that you've learned working for someone else,
right?
All the skills that you had from your life experience, whatever that is, you can parlay that. You have a network. You just have to learn how to finesse it.
100%. So much validation coming. I'm sure you guys are watching, and that's me. I feel like it's me. It's me. We are notoriously humble, especially in our community, notoriously humble. And we're taught to be humble, and then, kind of under the guise of being respectful, not toot our own horn or try to recognize how really bomb we are for many of us who have special gifts and talents or passions or things that we've worked on or been a part of that, you may not have owned, but you help to contribute in a very unique way, and how those skills can translate. Again, my skills as an attorney, thank God, have been serving me in all kinds of ways. But sometimes you, again, need someone to help you to see how amazing you are. And investing in a coach, executive coach, marketing, branding expert, anyone who knows more about what you don't know about than you when it comes to expansion of your business is very important. And I've also had some coaching recently, because I'm like, okay, I want the channel to go to another level and I want to switch up my show and all that good stuff. But sometimes, again, you need that outside expert to help you brainstorm and look at really all the pieces on the chessboard and get you moving, right? And helping you plan that next move. So I want to ask you more about, specific success, but I also want to ask you about your being able to balance as a mom, as a wife, as a business owner, as a former executive of a nonprofit. And on top of that, y'all, when you look at her resume, she has done a lot of community work, right? She's a community advocate. That's one of the titles I gave you, or you gave yourself in the title of the show. Let's toot it, because I admire women like yourself, because again, we're burdened with a lot of different roles, and it seems easy, and I know it's not, right? Just the husband and the family alone is, let's hold that together. Let's be the glue of the family. And you've done it. You've chased a career, or you've followed a dream, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to put words in your mouth. And, saw it to fruition. And you've also had the opportunity to give back through service organizations, through, again, serving as an executive director, head of a nonprofit, very large one at that. And I want to know some insights into how one doesn't go crazy, maintains balance. Like I'm trying to be, let's just keep it real. When I see women like yourself, y'all make it look, easy, and it's beautiful to watch. But where would you get that strength from? How did you, some people say women can't have it all, or can't have it all at the same time. Talk about what you prioritize.
I think some of that is true. There are some dreams that were deferred, but they weren't denied, right? And so I do think women can have it all. But what I found is I don't think you could do it all at one time. You have to kind of put something on the back burner. And again, what I said earlier, manage your energy. right?
Mm.
I have an
What do you
awesome
mean by that? Because you've been saying it a couple times.
So people think I got to manage my time. It's not so much the time, it's your energy. What energy are you putting into your business plan or growing or writing out what I want to do or writing up your model? You got to pitch to a bank to get some capital investment so that you can hire other people. And so you want to put energy in that, not necessarily counting the hours that you put in time. And that has served me. Everyone is different. But I think when people go, I worked on that for 6 months. Okay, but you worked on that and that and that and that and that. You know what I mean? Your energy has to be, this is your baby.
The focus, yeah.
This needs to be your focus. And until we get this off the ground, everything else is a distraction. And so I think sometimes we like to say, oh, I can multitask. Oh, I can't. I'm going to do one thing and I'm going to do it bomb because my name's going on it and it's going to be great. And I'm going to put all of my focus on that one thing. I'm going to study it. I'm going to research it. I'm going to come back with some fun facts and some data because I like evidence-based research. And then we'll go from there. And I think sometimes people, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but are you doing it well?
And so the superwoman syndrome is real. Right. I know there's supermen syndrome. I know I'm talking to a lovely lady here, but the gentlemen are in the chat. Hey, first of all, Tangerian, nice to meet you. David says, snap, snap, keep dropping those jewels. Hey, Miss AKA Lady, how are you? Long time. I'm glad that you're here. One of my day ones says, hi, Suzette, caught you live. Welcome, sis. Happy New Year and all that. Guy Barry in the building, what up? Says, always let your light shine. Good to see you, brother. Rich Parker. Okay, Happy New Year, sis. Hey, Suzette. You doing it. Okay, yes. I love it. Thomasina says, manage your energy. So, yes, sometimes the paper thinness of us being superwoman syndromed or Superman syndromed,
right?
Where it's like, you got to be the best dad. You got to be the best, YouTuber. You got to be the best, person at your corporate job. You got to be the best, side hustler. It is a choice to manage where you're really, I guess, putting emphasis,
right?
Versus saying you're doing a lot of stuff and not really making the progress, or perhaps losing ground because you're trying to spread yourself too thin.
Right.
It's good to think about, guys. Hopefully it gives folks out there watching some food for thought, because I think it's easy to get caught up in the, I got to be doing everything, life is short feeling. Right. But then the just doing that one thing also may bring more to fruition than I'll give a little bit here. And saying no, guys, I think is a part of that, especially when you're in business.
Yes.
People have asked me, oh, can you join this board? I've like at the beginning of the year, I got invited to like 3 different boards. I'm like, I can't do no boards right now. I can't do no boards. I can't be raising no money. I love what y'all doing, but I can't. It's a commitment. Just them 2 or 3 hours, but it's not those 2 or 3 hours, sir. It's me thinking about preparing for the meeting. It's me thinking about doing the, if I'm on a board, I take it seriously. It's not just the name, right?
And so selfishly, Suzette, what is your hourly rate? Your rate in your head. Don't say it out loud.
Okay.
That time that you spent on the board and building up whatever that organization is this is your year to scale. You've already said it. You said it a few times. You're going to be growing. You're getting more subscribers. I hope everyone in the comments has already subscribed.
Yes,
liking and sharing. But I also think you, again, like Thomasina said, you have to be intentional. Focus your energy. If that's what you want to do, grow your baby. Focus your energy on that. And then it will happen. But you have to say, I have a premium product. I'm a premium host, lady about town, culture curator. And so you're providing an experience. That hourly rate is not going to give you the return if you're sitting in a boardroom. Not right now.
Exactly. So people want you to do it before you. And again, I think, I can't remember the commentator that talks about that. We have to set ourselves up first for that longevity in terms of our financial growth phase. Like, we have to be focused on that sometimes before we start to give back. But especially within the Black community, we have a lot of pressure to hurry up and give back because we are the person with a degree. You're the person that they know that can, you know, help transform that, you know, community organization or that nonprofit or whatever. But as you stated, and as I have been realizing and gotten better at, you know, you can't be everything to everybody. Neither can your business be everything to everybody. So having to say no, as you said, having to set boundaries, it's really important for an entrepreneur, because everybody's going to think that you have time to give them. That's what I realized. Everybody wants, but, oh, let's have lunch. Ma'am, not right now. I can't give you that. As you say, that 2 hours.
Well, it's a balancing act. I get it. I was talking to another entrepreneur, and she like I, you know, we have home-based offices, and, you know, sometimes it can be lonely, and sometimes you do want to talk to another entrepreneur. But again, you have to be very strategic and selfish with your time in this scaffolding building phase. And I think you hit the nail on the head again when you talk about boundaries and being okay with no. No is a full sentence. I think we have a tendency, the superwoman syndrome, to over-explain and give detail. I have to do this. No. Good luck. Thank you for thinking of me. I'm not able to right now. You know, you don't have to give a full explanation and tell them everything that you're doing to justify it. No is a full sentence. You don't have to be, you know.
Yeah, no.
About it.
We tend to want to not let people down. Oh my gosh, this would be so great to help these people, you know, do whatever the mission of that organization is. But yeah, it would be. But it'd also be great if I made more money so that I could donate and help that cause just the same. Right. And I'm happier because I've achieved my goal and see my baby blossom as, you know, and also help in a different way. So, yeah, finding your way of support in the meantime, right? While you're in that drive phase, that building phase, that, as she calls it, scaffolding phase, I guess, putting up the supports to get to the top of the building. Right. So we got to be selfish and a little, you know, I hate to say it, it don't even feel good coming out my mouth, but you got to be selfish at some points for certain seasons, for sure.
Yes, this is the season that you're in. It's not for forever. And I think people that know you, and I've had a peripheral view of your growth over the years. And I think we know each other through so many degrees. So many.
Yeah, don't put it out there. Don't put it out there.
Yeah, no. No one's business.
Don't tell it all. Don't tell it all.
But I think, you know, in this phase, you have to keep your head down. It's so easy to be pulled, and it almost feels like, you know, ADHD, where you're being pulled in so many different directions and you're unable to focus, right? Mm-hmm. And so once you get to the level where you have passive income, where you have a team working for you and you're signing off on the final product, but right now we're still building. I need to be at the desk. This is my baby. It has to have my message and my stamp on it. And we're not at the level yet. Because, you know, let's go back to employees also. When you hire your team, you can teach skills, right? But you want to hire for character. So you want the right people around you that you can train, because being on a team with shady folks does not serve you well mentally, and it doesn't serve your revenue, your bottom line. So don't just hire friends or someone's family member. Hire for character, and you'll know when you interview them, when you work with them through their probationary period. And then you want to teach them the skill that you want them to learn. Don't necessarily hire for skill. And I think that's where some of us go wrong when we're building out our business and our employees and our team, and we have turnover, and then we lose faith in humanity, and these people don't work out, and you've invested so much. They
be stealing. They all want these people up.
And so we're
anyone ever again. You know, I've been there. Trust me.
Right. We're looking at the wrong thing when we're adding to our team members. You want to hire character and then teach them the skill. Because they don't necessarily go hand in hand. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. It is what it is. And you want to be kind of honest. And, you know, there are some family members that can work together, and there are some who can't. And someone really, really smart said, don't hire anyone you can't fire. So if it's a family member or someone from your network, you're like, oh, I can't fire them. It's gonna cause a ripple effect in the friendship group. maybe you shouldn't have hired them in the first place, right? And so
I wish you would have brought this girl. You are doing the Lord's work here tonight. Lakeisha Lee said, girl, people will run you ragged. Be careful of the energy. What they call it, vampires. I've done shows on this. If you're on my YouTube, the energy vampires are real. And sometimes we don't even recognize what they look like because they are family. Hello, somebody, and friends. Hello, somebody. And we have to be cautious of them. We can love them from a distance, right? When we know that their behavior is not helping them or us, right? It doesn't serve us. And we're not going to show up just to show up because, again, what we lose by showing up, it doesn't even benefit them in the same regard. Yvette, I'm loving this. I know we have a few minutes left, but thinking about so much of what you've just shared when it comes to the boundary piece, when it comes to, are you really taking your craft or focusing intentionally on your craft, your business, what you fill in the blank, everybody watching, I'm applying it to me, but everybody watching, I hope, who's on this journey, we are not perfect. We are going to need reminders like tonight's show to, get us back on track, to find those who are, and this is the point I was going to make, who are, I call it this way. You say hire for character. I call it value system alignment. If you will not treat me how I would treat you, if I can't trust you, if I can't expect a certain level of, both what you described, character, professionalism, we can't rock. That goes with even down to the people who come on the show. Like, no, if I can't, fully put my name next to yours, basically, and behind closed doors, it applies the same for me. Exactly. I'm not really just about, hey, everybody, let's hang out, let's be friends, or let's work together, etc. Because you just don't know if their values are aligned with yours. And again, people who have different sets of values oftentimes disappoint you, oftentimes can even hurt you, right? When it comes down to the nitty gritty. So that point there, if you don't remember anything from tonight's show, please do an inventory, an assessment with people, not only that you've hired or maybe work with, work alongside, even within, again, your friend group. It's a new year. We're not saying no new friends, but we're saying just make sure you are aware of who they are. That's another part of me. Sometimes I get disappointed with people and I'm like, ooh, that was weird, but now I know who you are. So now I won't put as much into, okay, let me try to move forward with this person on X, Y, and Z. Or, if a new opportunity presents itself, no, I got to find a more reliable crew member, teammate, however you want to put it, someone to work alongside me and not to, again, put people down because people are at different phases of their human evolution, right?
Sure.
We want people to be better, but I think sometimes our mistake is that thinking that people are just like us and they would do exactly what we would want them to do and behave in the way that we would, and especially in when the rubber meets the road, difficult, challenging situations, it can show people's true colors. So the character piece, that right there is super important. Yes, go ahead.
I think also we use the friend term, the name, too loosely. I think we should reserve that after years and years. And even then, sometimes people who you thought were friends aren't. So call them acquaintances or a work acquaintance. Or I know them through so-and-so, but let's not be so quick to throw friend with their name when doing introductions as we network up and out. This is an acquaintance from school. This is an acquaintance from Miami that I met at XYZ event.
And I'm big on that too. Because people will meet me and they want to be BFFs tomorrow. And I'm like, no, I don't really know you like that. No disrespect. No disrespect. Miss AKA Lady says preach. Respect and decency is a minimum. Hello, somebody. Thomasina adds excellent points. Yvette, we got to let you go, y'all. It's our bedtime, y'all. She says she'll come over here. I'm over time. But she'll be, if you want to meet her, we'll be at Yeasty Brews. There's only literally a few tickets left for the January 25th. Yo, we're done. I'm not selling no more tickets. That's going to be a packed place. And we got about a good 90 minutes to socialize now, apparently. And then we will be on February 27th, honoring men, 10 amazing men of the movement, men in business, 3 of them, men in health and wellness, mental health and wellness, 3 of them. And men in politics. So we'll have a total of, oh, I forgot, Ezra, the insurance broker, will now be a speaker. So we'll have a wonderful set of panels for everybody to hopefully pour into. We're going to have food. I'm working on the drink sponsor, adult drink. Hopefully they say yes tomorrow. We'll have food. It'll be amazing. And we're going to just have a night. They told me I do so much for the sisters. I don't do nothing for the brothers. I'm going to step out and do something for the brothers. I want to see, do they show up? Hey, listen. They kept telling me, you always doing women's events. Well, I said, okay, women are welcome. This is open to anybody. My spirit has been leading me to co-ed spaces. I'm just going to put it like that. That's where my spirit has been leading me. So I'm trying to be obedient to that. And but I'm going to ask you to leave us any final thoughts. She got to go, y'all. I know you guys are enjoying it. Listen, I might have to do 8 p.m. shows. The chat is lit. There's tons of you watching live, coming in and out. I'm impressed. I'm grateful. Thank you, Team Replay. Hit the like button, subscribe, come over to YouTube, look up Suzette Speaks and subscribe, comment, share on Facebook, LinkedIn, and we appreciate you. Ashley says, yes, everybody is not your, listen, that's the hardest lesson. Adulting is hard, but when you figure out this part, it can be a strange world. You be like, dang, that person really hate me on a low, but they want to be like me, but they don't say anything else. That I will get in trouble. Hello, a wonderful 34. Hey, brother, good to see you. Long time no see. Happy New Year. My peoples are in the building. Listen, if you like this late time, just put late in the chat. I will be setting up, like I said, I have a bunch of brothers that will be honored in February on the 27th, and I'm going to have them come through on the show, talk about them, their journeys. I love, again, I picked them especially, for example, one who was a former police officer turned mental health professional. There's so many interesting men that are just doing amazing things. We got to remind ourselves and help the image of who we know are meant to be improve. So I'm sorry, I got to get off my soapbox, but y'all know when I feel something, I'm going for it strongly. Yes. Miss AKA Lady says she better come back. We will have her back. Thanks for the inspiration. Thank you, Sharon. We appreciate you. Thank you, Guy, for watching. You guys are amazing. Listen, Thomasine, yo, the people in the chat, I might have to do 8 p.m. shows. Like this might actually be it. Thank you, Arnell says, great live. Happy New Year, ladies. I'm going to post the link again tomorrow. I'm going to do another campaign to make sure if people didn't get to watch it live, they can come through. Lakeisha, love to you, sis. This was great. Yvette, you're phenomenal, sis. Timely word. Barbara said, okay, yeah, I'm telling you, hit the like button. I'm so excited that all these folks are watching live. Okay, you like the late. Y'all like the late. Okay, so when I set up my coming interviews, I'm going to try to not do it daytime. I was thinking lunchtime, but sometimes it's hit and miss for me around the 12 or 1 hour. And the 4 and 5 can be sticky because I'm on rolling more often. Hey, somebody, usually Wednesdays, but Mr. Martin has asked me to fill in for quite a few just random days. So the evening, I always want to, thank you, want to leave open.
You did a great job yesterday.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Great conversation. Yes, I appreciate that. Hey, how are you, Quinea? Proud of Yvette. Fellow charger. Oh, your people are out, girl. I love it. Okay, so y'all like the late time. Okay, so I'm gonna have to keep the makeup on till evening. Don't wash your face and don't work out. Don't work out because you'll be sitting in front of your computer here. Final comments from you, my darling. I've enjoyed this conversation. So many beautiful nuggets. I hope you guys know that your businesses are stronger than you know. Don't be discouraged. There's a lot more for you in 2024. Where do you want to finish up?
I agree. It's a new year. Give yourself grace and honor the spirit within you, and you have more knowledge than you know. Keep going. Keep going. Don't quit.
Going. Guys, I've enjoyed her. I hope you've enjoyed her as much as I have. We will be hanging out together January 25th. Check out her website. It's in the description, and she's there for you, right? Email her. Ask for an appointment. Don't think you can't afford her. I know my girl is very experienced, but do not count yourself out. I can already hear it. Well, I can't afford that. They got, they got the real deal. And they do, right? But people oftentimes can work something out with where you're at in the process. So I'm not putting words in her mouth, but I know, her heart. And I know that, there are a lot of amazing people who are tuned in, who watch the show or watching it for the first time. and may want some help. So she's here. So make sure you reach out, guys. Follow her on social media. Oh, real quick. Are you fully announced on the politics side?
No. No.
Okay.
No politics.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay. I just want to make sure. I'm going to say, okay, bye. Love y'all. Hit the like button on the way. I almost got in trouble. Hit the like button. Love y'all. I just want to make sure I plug everything. Listen, we still got 25 people.
I'm an advocate. I'm not running. I'm an advocate.
Okay, we're gonna nope. Let the people go. That's it. Thomasina, I didn't want to leave nothing on the table. When you're ready, you come on back and we do what we have to do. But thank you for being here, Yvette. Thank you for what you've been doing for the community, also as an advocate through your business in every way that you have contributed, and for raising such a lovely family. Again, I know that's not easy. So kudos to you, sis. You listen. They
still have an amazing partner.
Yes. Okay. Shout out to the partner. Yes. Shout out to Mr. Dubose. Yes, Mr. Dubose. We fan you, stand you. Let's go. Gotta give credit. Listen, they still in the chat, busy y'all. She got to go. Love you, Yvette. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hit the like button, please. Do comment, share, and subscribe. Have a great evening, everybody. We'll see you soon. The other shows are up already, so you can always go on YouTube, hit the notification bell, and get ready for the upcoming shows. I'll be live definitely next week Thursday, next week Saturday. I have funerals to attend. It's been a weird start to the year, girl. Friends and family who have been passing away, so I'm in a weird kind of like pensive kind of state. But God knows, and we are going to move forward with, resilience. And yes, Team Dubose. Listen, they still in the comments. Yvette, like, I got to go. I love you, Yvette. You probably battered out. But hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed having her again. We have Politicking is a series I came up with. Started last fall, November, and we are doing live events as well as, of course, bringing it back through the YouTube space to introduce professionals, specifically professionals of color who are in the community who are doing big things, to other community members. I'm really a big connector. That's one of my gifts. And I want to keep doing what I know best, which is giving people who deserve it a platform to talk about issues that can help other people, inspire other people. And I know people can get healing and inspiration, all kinds of things through storytelling and through one another. So I'll continue to do that. Had a break, had to get, just the mental back together, and the fall took some time off, but we're back. I do not have yet, hopefully YouTube stop playing with me, my super chat button back. But if you want to support, you can always Cash App. Thanks for the love. The Cash App is available, $ Suzette Speaks, if you want to support my programming. And just being here is enough support, y'all. Love y'all. Thanks, everybody. Live. I think I'm going to stick to the late. I saw a lot of lates in the comments. People said late works better for them. So I'm thinking 8 o'clock or later. Just got to, again, keep the face together a little bit longer. But I won't complain. I love y'all. I appreciate the support for so long. It's 2+ years now. I didn't even do an anniversary show. I tell you how busy I've been. But God is good. Everything in His timing. And we're hopefully going to be exploring new formats to come. I don't want to say too much. Love you. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button. Bye everybody. Good night. Thanks for watching. See you soon.